The ice cold Baltimore Orioles offense couldn't even heat up in over 90-degree weather. The Orioles are now in last place, 5-8, 4-6 on the road after being whooped boots to ashes by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Not even 90-degree temperatures could heat up this offense. And let's not even talk about, which we will talk about, the starting pitching made of paper mache dropping like flies. And the earned run average higher than the Trump terror. Sister Fleck Zone Podcast, God's favorite host, Baltimore Orioles postgame show. Orioles fall to the Diamondbacks, lose the series 2-1. They are now 5-8, have not won a series this season, and with the loss today, are now 0-4 in series finale in the young season. What are the Orioles going to do? We're going to talk about it. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Hit the thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously. Leave a comment. Your thoughts on the injuries. The Orioles losing another series and not being able to score runs. It's the Flex Zone. We do Orioles content, watch-alongs, post-games, all that good stuff. Check us out. Let's get to it. Don't want to waste your time. The big news of the day, obviously, last night we heard Zach Eflin with a grade 1 lat strain. He's going to be headed to the injured list, placed on the 15-day IL. Now, we remember going back, Grayson Rodriguez, he is out, elbow injury. He is in Baltimore throwing, maybe working his way back potentially in May. I say maybe May at the earliest. Maybe. We know Albert Suarez. It looks like he is going to be on the 60-day IL. He's now moved to the 60-day injury list, and that is with a subcapularis strain. That will keep him out for a long time. So, Big Al, see ya. Won't see you maybe to the end of the season. It's going to be months, said Brandon Hyde in Arizona when he was asked about Albert Suarez. Unfortunate news as well. Now, this would have been a perfect opportunity to have an Albert Suarez come in and start for an injured Zach Eflin. So Zach Eflin, he's going to miss multiple starts. You already don't have Albert Suarez for extended periods of time. Remember, Grayson Rodriguez is working his way back. Like I said, we won't see him until May. I said if we see him before the All-Star break, it's a blessing. Then we cannot forget about Andrew Kittredge. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. We probably won't see him before the All-Star break. So the injuries continuing to pile up, and Zach Eflin, every start as an Oriole, 12 starts, has been 3 runs or fewer, and 10 out of the 12 starts, quality. Zach Eflin has been a great find. The Orioles paid him this season. He is an impending free agent, started opening day. Doesn't always throw the flashy high 90s, triple digit stuff, but he can locate his pitches. He keeps the ball in the ballpark, doesn't give up a lot of runs, doesn't walk a lot of batters, and he can pitch to get outs. Whether it's a strikeout, a flyout, a ground out, a foul out, he is able to manipulate the strike zone. He is able to mix up his pitches, and he's able to get outs. That's all that matters. He may not throw number 1 caliber stuff to some, but he can get outs, and he has number 1 caliber IQ and ability, which may not show up all the way. We get so enamored with velocity and how hard and fast guys throw and how many bats they miss. Can they get outs? And Zach Eflin has been able to get outs. Hopefully he's not out more than maybe 2 or 3 starts, but he's not going to throw again for at least a week. I'm seeing at least multiple starts. I'm not expecting probably to see him back till maybe if we get him back before the All-Star break, that's a blessing as well. Kyle Bradish is apparently throwing. I'm not expecting him till maybe September at the earliest. Tyler Wells probably the same. I wouldn't expect anything from Bradish or Wells, honestly, at this point. But the beauty of baseball up until today, the bullpen of the Orioles has been pretty good. They have been solid. They've been one of the best bullpens in baseball. Brian Baker, Cano, the Mountain, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Soto, Gregory Soto, they've been doing their thing. Now, the weak link and a guy that could be someone we have to keep an eye on is CNL Perez. He got lit up today. Doesn't seem to quite have his best stuff. Throwing too many hittable pitches in the heart of the plate. Guys are driving the ball. If I never see Corbin Curl again play the Orioles, I'll be fine. If I never see Josh Naylor again play the Orioles again, I will be fine. The Orioles fall to 5-8, and unfortunately, the starting pitching dropping like flies. Dean Kramer today, he didn't have his A stuff. He takes the loss, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 6 earned, four strikeouts, 1 walk. Mr. Brandon Fat for that 1-1, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks. He pretty much had the Orioles wrapped around his finger today. He gets his first win, moves to 1-1. Naylor hit a sacrifice fly. And we can even look here. Naylor hit a sacrifice fly. Corbin Curl, like I said, he hit a home run. Smith with a home run, no home run. So the long ball pretty much did Dean Kramer in today. He didn't have his best stuff. He wasn't sharp. And the Orioles kind of look at the offense because it's been a struggle to say the least. Not even, like I said, 90-degree temperatures could heat them up. 4 hits. I don't care who you are. If you're only getting on base and you're only getting 4 hits in a game, it's going to be hard to win in Major League Baseball. You look at this series. Game 1, they had 5. Game 2, they had 3. So you had 8 runs, and you scored none today. So 8 runs in 3 games, that is what? A little bit over 2 runs, just under 3 runs a game. That is not going to get it done in the major leagues, especially in the American League East. As you see, Toronto, 7-5. You come home on Friday after an off day to face them, the Yankees, the team I projected to win the AL East, the favorite probably to win the American League, 7-5. Boston, I thought they were a playoff team. They're 6-6. Baltimore isn't in last place. I misspoke. They're 5-7. Losers of 2 games back, but no, 5-8 now. Losers of 2 in a row. Didn't update, but Tampa 4-6. So it's no team really running away with it. And like I said, the American League, you can probably make a case for 8 to 10 teams that can make a run. So nobody's going to pull away with the AL East. You look at the West, the Dodgers, they're in 3rd place right now. The Giants and the San Diego Padres are doing their thing. And I think all 3 teams, even you can throw in Arizona, all 4 teams are capable of winning this division. I think the Dodgers are the best team, but the Padres are red hot. The Giants made a lot of good offseason acquisitions, and the Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers. And I think Arizona's a good team, as we saw as well. They can score runs and they can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and their pitching is underrated. Don't forget, they still got Corbin Burns. We know about Gallen. We've seen Fadat today. They have some guys that can pitch, and their bullpen is pretty under the radar as well. But as you can see, only 4 hits for the Orioles. That is not going to get it done. As you can see, 4 hits, 4 men left on base, four total bases, 3 men left on base, no home runs. Arizona, 14 hits, 4 home runs, 29 total bases, 8 runners left on base. So they could have even had double-digit runs. Honestly, the most complete game we've seen from the Orioles was the first game of the season against Toronto. That was the game that pretty much was the complete Orioles team, the best Orioles team. They scored 12 runs. Even the series as a whole, they scored 12, then they scored 9 in a game. They scored even 8 against Boston. So they need to get home. I think, first of all, coming back home will be a really good remedy for them. I think a 9-game homestand with the Blue Jays and the Guardians to start things off. The question is who is going to start in place of Eflin, but they do have some off days, so they can manipulate the lineup as well with who they can have. We do have the projected starters on Tomoyuki Sagano. He is scheduled to make his Oriole Park Camden Yards debut. Started in Toronto, started in Kansas City very well last time. He's projected to go Friday. Saturday is Cade Povich. Saturday is TBA. They could push Charlie Morton up. They could have Mr. Young from AAA, Blake Young or Young from AAA. They could have him come up. It's going to be interesting to see what indeed they do with the injuries. We didn't even talk about Trevor Rogers or Chase McDermott, who are injured as well. Kyle Gibson is pitching on Thursday in AAA Norfolk, so he may not be ready yet. He may need a couple of starts in Norfolk. He's going to make his first start on Thursday as well. Remember, Colton Cowser's out. There are a lot of injuries, unfortunately, to what the Orioles have done. But like I said, the bullpen with Aiken. Matt Bowman even pitched well. They're going to have to bring up a prospect, and this is the guy, Brandon Young, number 19 overall prospect, hasn't allowed an earned run in over 11 1/3 innings in his first 2 starts of the season, is scheduled to start Friday for Norfolk. So could it be a situation where he starts Friday, then maybe he pitches next week for the Orioles in the Guardian series? I don't know, but we got to take a look at this guy. We have to take a look at this guy. They did also have Brandon Shelby, the guy they got for cash consideration from the Royals, to come in to pitch today. So maybe he can give them something out of the bullpen instead of maybe holding on. The levees don't break until, Perez figures out what he has going on. But we'll see what I think we got. We got to see what we got in him. At this point, we're going to have to dig into the minors. This is not the number 1 rated farm system anymore. This is not a plethora of arms to begin with anyway. But I think it's going to be very, very intriguing to see what Brandon Young, number 19 prospect, has done well in his first 2 starts. We'll see what he does Friday. Kyle Gibson potentially coming back. We'll see what happens there. But the offense has to get going. Adley Rutschman has continued, I think, a good start to the season. He had, let me get those numbers. He's extended his on-base streak to 12 games. So a bright spot in all of this is Adley Rutschman. So big shout out to you. But Gunnar Henderson, he's got to get it going. I think this is still spring training for him. I think maybe coming home, some home cooking will do him well. Adley doing well. Hopefully we can get going with some of the others. And Brandon Hyde with this lineup. I don't want to get into it all today. I don't want to make this a 20-minute video, but he's got to stop manipulating this lineup. Apparently, Jordan Westberg not in the lineup today. He was not in the lineup today. According to Hyde, he's banged up, whatever that means. Now, he was taken out of a couple starts here and there. According to Brandon Hyde, he is banged up. He did have an off day in Toronto. Minor nagging things, upper body, says Brandon Hyde. So no Jordan Westberg. So let's see if he's back in the lineup Friday. As remember, they have a 3-game series with Toronto. So all is not lost. Only 13 games into the season. So we are a long way to go. We're not even 10% through the season. 10% is not until game 16, 20 in that range. So they're not even 10% through the season. They're not even at the 10-yard line on this drive. And we're still in the first quarter of the first game if we're talking NFL terms. Obviously, it's so many games. You can't live and die with every pitch, but you don't want to start off so behind. Like I said, you can't win a division in April, but you can lose one. And this division, nobody seems to be separating themselves, and it seems like nobody's going to run away. So you got 3 with Toronto. If you win 2 out of 3, you're right there. You're right there. Now, if you lose the series, Toronto can extend their lead. Anthony Santander returns back to Camden Yards, and we'll see exactly what happens. But the Orioles offense has to get it going. It doesn't have to always be the long ball. Manufacture runs, get on base, steal bases, move runners, make smart base running decisions. Brandon Hyde and this coaching staff and the players, be self-aware. Use your your baseball IQ to know what's going on. If you see a guy catch the ball, wait until the umpire gives you the signal and wait till your coaches tell you, then you run, Tyler O'Neill. We can't have a situation where Mullins tags up and is aware, and then you're just running and you get doubled up. Every run is crucial for this offense right now. They're not lighting the world on fire. This road trip was abysmal. And like I said, if you look at the road trip as a total, they only had what? 2 the first game in Kansas City. Then they had what? 8. So they had 10. So they only had 11 runs in those 3 games. So that's like 4 runs a game. A little under 4 runs a game. And then, like I said, in this series, 5 in the opener, which they won. Then they got 3, 8, and then shut out today. So 8 runs in 3 games is not going to get it done. You got to get at least 5, 6 runs a game, especially with this pitching staff the way it is. You're going to have to outscore teams until you get some help back. Hopefully, Kyle Gibson is on his way. What can we expect from him? Because this rotation is not really solidified at any point. And we all were worried about it to start the season. You got no Eflin. Cade Povich got 13 hits. I know he has some bad defense behind him, but he's got to show me something on Saturday. Sagano was good in his last pitch, had the cramps in his first start, so I'm cool with him so far. I think he's going to be under. I think he could get with double-digit wins, like I said. I think there's potential for double-digit wins for Sagano. Now, you have him, Kramer, not doing it. Povich, got to show me something. And now, who do you have left? Charlie Morton. He's looking like every bit of 45, and I was afraid of this when they signed him. Yes, he's a good pitcher. Yes, he has experience. Yes, he can help with more things than things that are on the field. But I think having him he's going to have to pitch. He's going to have to pitch and do what he's supposed to do, because if he's not doing his job, it is a fail from Brandon Hyde that he signed him over other guys he could have went and got. Garrett Crochet, other free agents he could have signed. I knew Corbin Burns was going. I knew he was going to be leaving. But to not be able to get someone on this roster to pitch that is not over 40 years of age is unacceptable. You do a retread with Kyle Gibson. They're going to have to address this starting pitching. They're going to have to address it quickly. And I think that is going to be the key. But until then, the offense is going to have to wake up and carry this team and score 5 or 6 runs a night and win some shootouts, win some slugfests, and really solidify this team so they don't sink too far underwater. I said over 20. I said, like 25 wins, I think, between the start in March and the end of March and April. That is not looking likely right now, but anything can happen. Like I said, you come back home. You're coming back to a homestand. You have the opportunity to really get the energy from the fans. The home cooking, sleeping in your own bed is very important. And coming back the first game after a road trip is very, very crucial. It's very, very important. And I think that is going to be something for the Baltimore Orioles moving forward. that they need to do. The offense is going to have to wake up. Brandon Hyde, the powers that be, the hitting coaches, they're going to have to figure this out. But today, they simply got their asses whooped, and Arizona treated them like a red-headed stepchild. And it was boost asses. So that's all I got. That's the Baltimore Orioles post-game show right here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you tune into what we got on the channel. We got a lot of stuff we're cooking up. Baltimore Orioles content, NFL draft content, live streams with the professional wrestling. We're covering, of course, the flagship podcast, Sundays with Cravante, so much more. Baltimore Orioles, again, Zach Eflin headed to the injury list, but Kyle Gibson on his way back to potentially the Orioles. He starts Thursday. We'll see what Brandon Young can bring potentially next week starting. And the Orioles are home for 9 games. So the offense has to wake up. The pitching isn't getting it done. The bullpen has been a solid bright spot. So I'm not going to write them off. Let's just see if Perez can get it together. They can really solidify what they have going on, and Brian Baker continue what he's doing as well. But Suarez out for an extended period of time. They're going to have to get some help. Do they make a trade? How long do they wait? I think they're going to try to wait it out. But as we get closer to the trade deadline, I'm sure there will be more things that come from that. 0-4 in series finales. They will return home on Friday to face the Toronto Blue Jays. It will be Tomoyuki Sagano on the mound, K. Povich on Saturday. Sunday is TBA. God's favorite host signing off, Baltimore Orioles post-game show. Trying to keep this under 20 minutes. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps us out tremendously. And comment down below your thoughts on the O's through 13 games. We got a long way to go. Not panicking, not DEFCON 1. Maybe not even DEFCON 5 yet, but maybe just things I'm looking at. You don't want to get too far behind in April, but nobody's really separating themselves from the pack. So we got a long way to go. Hopefully the injuries are behind them. They can move forward happy and healthy, and the offense can wake up starting this weekend against Toronto. I'll see you when I see you with the next Baltimore Orioles post-game show. Orioles fall to the Diamondbacks, get shut out for the second time this season, lose 9-0. They'll come back home Friday at 7:05, 4:05 for Orange Off Saturday, and 1:30 on Sunday. I'll see you when I see you with more Orioles content. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below here on the Flex Zone Podcast, your home for all your Baltimore Orioles content and more.